I'm Rohan Walsh. I'm the creative director of TradeGecko. We make inventory and order management software for wholesalers and e-commerce businesses, and I love design. What am I working on? I'm actually split between marketing and design at the moment. So I'm taking care of the marketing team as acting CMO in the short term until we get to bring a new guy on board. The CMO is the big boss who looks after marketing and needs to report to the CEO and the board on how we're doing, how we're performing. More importantly, it's about being able to take $1 in investments and return $1.50 through marketing practices. Well, I mean, I'm still a designer, but I think just through the course of my career, I've had the fortune of working with some incredible marketing teams. I was in London for 10 years and worked with the BBC and Harrods and GSK, GFK Research and Cantor Media Group, etc. And it meant that I was probably on the exec team. I was probably the person best suited to step in and help out. Our CEO Cameron was doing it for a while, but he needs to focus on our next round of fundraising. So it fell on my shoulders, and it's so enjoyable. It really is the flip side of the coin to design, because design is so subjective and marketing is all completely data-driven and numbers-based. So design, you don't really know if you're doing an amazing job until maybe 6 months later, maybe a year later, maybe never. And with marketing, every month you know whether you've hit your targets or not. My mother's a wildlife artist. Grew up in South Africa, a businessman father and an artist mother, and it was just at the time where home computers became the norm, and I started on Microsoft Paint, and you slowly work your way up the ladder. I think ended up my father might have brought home a copy of Coral Draw at some point, and that would have been my first real sort of graphic design application. And I sort of knew straight away that was really what I wanted to focus on, and went through sort of high school making sure I chose subjects that were relevant to design. Unfortunately, at the time, in South Africa, you couldn't really do very in-depth tertiary education based on digital design. So instead, I did an internship in an internet service provider, and it stood me in enough stead to be able to get a sort of junior entry-level web design job out of high school with another ISP, so very lucky. I mean, this is going to sound like a very cliched answer, but I'm lucky enough to work with an amazing team, and I think designers, we're generally quite like-minded, and we fall under the same ilk. And very lucky here at TradeGecko to have that team around me, where coming in the morning is an absolute pleasure. I look forward to Monday mornings, which I never thought I'd say. So I think the best part about it is the team and collaboration. The most energizing thing I can do is get in a room with a whiteboard and 3-4 people and brainstorm ideas and new UI and new interactions, and it's I think that's probably the very pinnacle of any day for me. It is. I mean, I can say now, having spent my last couple of months more with the marketing organization than the design organization, you really miss it. I think it's in your blood. For the longest time, I can remember, there have always been certain points in any project's life cycle that give me this massive organic high. It's always that first canvas that you open to draw your first rectangle. Whether it's Photoshop or now Sketch, that is just such a powerful emotion to have a blank slate in front of you, knowing that you're going to build up potentially an entire application. And then equally, I definitely, I'd say that all all good designers in this day and age should hopefully have at least a mild interest in front-end coding, certainly to the extent of HTML, CSS, and a small amount of jQuery or common front-end libraries. And so the second sort of organic high you get is that first time you have a blank file in front of you in your text editor, and you start laying down the foundations for making this lovely but static UI design you've created into a fully functioning product for people to use.